Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to close the door because it feels like someone's listening. I put on my Instagram this morning some stories, some like archive stories, I don't know if that's how you say it, archive. Some old stories that I posted from a year ago actually, like September, October, November, like that kind of time. So this time last year, the place I was in then compared to now, and it's crazy. It's literally blown my mind this morning. I'm like, that was me a year ago, and to go from like where I was a year ago to now, it's just crazy. Like it's crazy. And I know at the time you're like, nothing is getting better, but if anything, like, it just shows you that it can get better. And that's what I want to be like to everyone that follows me. If you're in a similar situation as I am going to talk a little bit about my situation, not too much. I don't want this video to be like sad, like I don't want to get upset. I don't really want to speak that in depth, but like if you do want that, if you want me to go right back, then I potentially could in like the future, or I don't know. I feel strong now, but like part of me doesn't want to talk about it. But if it helps you, and like you feel that, you know, you're not the only one that's gone through, you know, stuff like what I've been through, then so be it. That's like what I've had to deal with. Like at the start, it was so hard to talk about stuff, and make myself so vulnerable. Like even this is hard. Like make myself vulnerable. Like having people listen. It's a bit more like personal, but like some people in my life that aren't in my life listen to like what I've gone through, and like it's hard, but it's for you guys, so I want to do it. Like I do want to do it. I don't really know where to start like with this video, so okay, let me just give you a brief. A year ago today, I wasn't in the worst place I've been in. I've been in a worse place. Probably like 6 months before that, this time. But a year ago today, I was sofa surfing. I didn't feel like I had many people around me. I just moved out of my boyfriend's house, and that's where I was living for a good like 2 years before moving out to I don't know. I had a car with all of my clothes in it. That was my wardrobe, my car, which in one of the stories I put on, my car got smashed up. My car was smashed up and all my things were taken, which that was it for me. That was like, I cannot live like this. But before that, I lived at my boyfriend's at the time, and I mean honestly, I can't fault him and his family. Like even to this day, I love them so much. I'm so grateful, but it wasn't home. And it made things so much easier because before that, you know, I had so much going on at actual home, that I left and went to theirs. But it wasn't home. Christmas, I stayed with them. I had such a nice day with them, but it got to the end of the day, and my ex will remember this. I just cried. I just couldn't stop crying. I was like, this is Christmas, and like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'd always say it to him. I'm not supposed to be here. This is not my family, and I felt bad. I was like, I don't feel in the right place. Like, it's not home. And it was really, really hard, and you know, like hats off to them for like looking after me. Like honestly, I will be grateful for the rest of my whole life, because I went through like the most horrible like stages of my life in that house, and they like put up with that basically. And at that time, I was going through anxiety, the worst I have ever. It hit me in like just before my 18th birthday, so when I was 17. I'm 19 now, almost 20. Nah, this is weird. Why has it gone so quickly? But yeah, I just turned 18 and I was going through the worst anxiety of my whole life. I couldn't work. I had to work. I have paid for my own things since I was 14. I had a paper round at 14. I've always worked. So to have this hit me, it was like, what? This is not me. I was not me. My friends would tell me, like, even now, they're like, that stage was not you. I couldn't go out. I didn't go out for like 6 months. When I did, I had to go straight home because I would have a panic attack. Like, my life was just, it was awful. It was the saddest time ever. I'd go to work, I'd have to go to the stockroom to fucking have a panic attack, or they'd have to send me home, or I'd cry. Like, yeah, it was just the most hard time of my life, and to be going through that and not have somewhere like secure, it was just shit. Like, it was just shit. But all this anxiety had hit me because of a lot of trauma, like things that I've been through when I was very, very, very little. For one, I'd say it to how many people, I don't care. My dad, when I was very young, abused my mum, you know. And although I was so young, like 2, 3, 4, I can see things. Like, I don't really see them anymore. Like, I don't see them anymore. But I saw things, I had flashbacks, I could remember, and it's scary, but I can remember a few, like, certain situations, like actual scenes, and it's sad, it's so sad. I feel quite numb about it now, I won't lie. Like, I do feel very numb. I don't really think of my dad at all. He's never been there, so it's not like a missing part of my life. And I know it sounds mean, but like, I'm better off. I'm so much better off. It's not even mean, it's allowed. And as to my other family, my nan, I stayed with her quite a lot. I actually switched between my boyfriends and my nans. We'd have days a week. But I couldn't really deal with that either. That was quite like much for my anxiety. I couldn't sleep. Also, when I went to sleep, I don't know if anyone else has this, but I'd go to sleep and wouldn't it be so bloody hard, but also I'd go to sleep and I would shoot up almost every night. Every night. It was the most draining thing. When I had work at like 6, 7 in the morning the next morning, shoot up, panic attack for hours. Like, when my ex's mum had to come in with me, and I said, call the ambulance, please, I need help. And they'd sit there with me and they'd look after me, and like, as I said, I'm so grateful that they've done that, because in the house I was living before, it was not a nice place. It was not a nice place to live, and I don't want to like talk bad on it. Like, it is quite hard, you know. At the time, it was emotionally draining, emotionally abusive. I do forgive, 100% forgive, but it was just, at the time, it was just, yeah, as I said, I could go into full detail. This video is not about that, it's more just advice, but I'm just telling, that was my situation a year ago, a year and a half. So a year ago I was house hopping. I remember having corona, and, you know, I didn't have a family home, you know, I didn't, you know, so whoever's house that I was in, like, they'd have to isolate, and like, no, you know what I mean, like, no one was looking after me as such. So I went to my friends that had corona as well, and their whole house was isolating because we all had corona. But that wasn't my home. I brought a suitcase. Yeah. But yeah, that was my situation. I just wanted to explain that so you do realise that, like, the place I'm in now to compare to there is crazy. It's actually crazy. And I'm not saying my life is perfect now. I'm not saying I don't get sad. I don't get oh my god. Not saying I don't get anxious. Anxiety wise, I wouldn't say I'm healed, but like, oh no, I don't get it. It's just not a daily thing. Before it was a daily thing. I'd wake up and it was another day. It was another day, and I was drained. I was drained, and I knew what would happen on that day. Now, if I'm anxious, it's like, oh, I feel like, it's like a weird feeling. I'm like, oh, I feel a bit like, do you know what I mean? But before, it was like a routine. Sleep, panic attack, wake up, be drained, feel anxious. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, it was just the most draining thing. And if you're going through that right now, it's not forever. Because I also thought I would not be able to work, live, have fun, drink. Like, I was like, I can't do any of this. I couldn't do any of this. And I was like, this is my life. Like, I'm not gonna be able to like live like a normal human being. And if you're like actually feeling like that right now, it's not true. It's not true. You can so easily get out of that like thing. You just need to set your mind to it. And I didn't believe it at the time, but I wish I could go back and hug myself. I wish when I was having one of those panic attacks, I could just be like, Bex, like one day, like you're gonna literally sleep. Like I sleep in this bed every night, flat out, all night. I wake up, you know what I mean? Like I'm able to. I've been on holidays this year, which I would have never done before. I literally couldn't even leave the house. I've been on holidays, I've been partying, I've been living, like actually living, and I didn't think I would be able to. So if you're going through that right now, I literally swear it gets better. Like I actually will bet you, and I'll shake your hand, and if it doesn't, then you can come at me. But it will. I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you've asked, just so I know. Okay, so the first question I'm gonna answer is how I save money. A lot of the questions are tips on saving money. How do you save? I have been in work since I was 14. Like I'm a very like, I've got a big work ethic, and like adults that meet me do say it. Like I have got it in me. And when I was 14, 15, 16, I was working. So I worked in an ice skating rink, I worked at Gap, I worked at Argos, I worked at Topshop, not all at the same time, but at one point. So before I was 17, I got a car, as I said. I bought it myself, obviously, and I had 2 jobs at the time. So I'd go from one job in the day, and I'd go to a night job at Argos. It was tiring, and I'm not gonna lie, but my like social life at the time, like that was so put on hold just for this car, which is it is cute. Like it's cute to like hear that. It's cute to like remember that I was like that, and that I did that for a car that was smashed up. Only me, like literally only me. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's okay to put your social side on hold. You know, if you like need to move out, and like, you know, it costs a lot to go out, like, then have a month or 2 or 3 or half a year, or like you know what I mean? Like, not like do it before summer, like do it now. Now's a good time ish, like October, where you put it on hold, or like you limit yourself, like how many times a month you go out, or how many times you do what, or the clothes you buy. You know, if you really want and you need to move out, and if something's going to make you happier, then do that. Like put things on hold and just focus on work. And I had to do that this time last year. So I moved out in December, and I just saved. Obviously this time was easy, like not easier, but like I had more of a freedom, because Instagram at the time of moving out was my job. But before everything, I'd always saved up. I've always spent all my time at work. It can be done. It can be done. Like, like, keep your other account as, like, this is your money for the month. And then, like, keep that. It's pretty basic, but all I can really say is put your happiness first. And if, like, making money is, like, what you have to do, then do it. Because you've got the rest of your life, and, like, being, like, secure and, like, having your own place, if that makes you happy, then focus on that. Yeah. It was easier for me also because it was lockdown, so I couldn't go out. So pretend you're in lockdown. Maybe ask Boris to put us. I actually don't do that. I'm having too much fun. How do you deal with ongoing anxiety that won't go away? So I had at least 6-7 months of flat out every day. You wake up and you feel this feeling. Like, honestly, I woke up and I just thought, I just remember this feeling. I was like, fuck's sake. I was like, not again. Like, it's just a feeling, a constant feeling. My day revolves around anxiety. Not now. It revolves around that, you know, what was I going to do? Is that going to make me anxious? College, sometimes I couldn't turn up. I went to college first of all, I had to take a year off college and go to work. And then when I went back into a new college, I went to London. Why did I do that? It was 2 days a week, but sometimes I was like, I can't get the tube. Then this is when I get to my breaking point. I left college in the end. I used to walk instead of the underground, which was like a half an hour, 45-minute walk instead of a 3-minute tube. Like, you just have to like go about your day. Like, it was just so draining, and like it's just always on your mind. But how do I deal with it? What I'll say is go at your own pace. And I know that stuff like that is so annoying, having to like do things to get out of the way. But if you can get out of the way of it, then do it. You know, put yourself first. Don't force yourself into like a position that you don't want to be in, and that's, you know, is going to make you anxious. Do it slowly, and when you're ready, then do stuff that you're ready for. Do you know what I mean? Don't push yourself. Take time. Chill. Like, just chill. Again, I said I was in lockdown. Everyone was at home in my ex's house. I felt so much more relaxed, not gonna lie. So yeah, have people around you. I did private counselling every week. At the time I went to the gym. I do not go to the gym now, but it's good for like your mental state. I should probably go. I feel like it's just quite good to go to the gym, even if you don't want to do anything to your body. Like, it's not all about that. So yeah, I was going to the gym a bit, like, and also I'm not recommending this. Like, I'm not saying it's hard. Like, I'm not saying do this, but if you're to that state where nothing's getting better, you're doing counselling, you're trying to sleep, you're trying to eat well, and nothing's getting better, which was the state I was in. I was at breaking point. Like, I used to say to my boyfriend at the time, like, I can't do it. Like, there was literally a point where I cannot do this anymore. I literally had floods of tears, and I was like, I am so drained. I was like, I am so scared it's gonna like tip me into like depression, because like I was getting so like depressed, even though I didn't want to, and even though I knew it was there. I knew it was like coming, and I was like, I don't want to fall into that. So at that point I did get on antidepressants, which isn't for just depression, it's obviously for like other mental illnesses. So yeah, I started taking them. I was so scared of taking it because I didn't want to rely on it or anything, but it saved me, and I'm not gonna put it out here being like, go on them. Like, you obviously have to speak to a doctor, you obviously have to do what you feel is right, your body, But yeah, and I am still on them to this day, so almost, it'll be 2 years in December, January, that I'll be on them. Could I come off them? 100%. Like right now, 100%. It just kind of got me out of a bad place. But yeah, I'm still on them, and I'd feel able to come off them. But it's kind of like the unknown. But if you need it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness at all. I thought it was a weakness. I was like, I don't want to take it because I don't want to feel weak. But you're not weak. You're strong. You're strong for like realizing that you need that help. Do you know what I mean? Like you're helping yourself get out of it. You're strong. So that's what you've got to tell yourself. So that's my question about anxiety. How did you know to let go of a long-term relationship? This was a big part of all of this anyway. I knew because I needed to work on myself. I was so dependent on him that I needed to let go. As much as I loved him at the time, I needed to let go to work on myself and actually put myself in a place where I'll be okay on my own, because I wasn't. Like, I just, like, I had to have him there. I had to do everything with him. I lived at his, and I just needed to push myself and become that little bit stronger on my own. And it was so sad. Like, it is so sad that sometimes things don't work out. But I guess I lost a lot of love for him to gain it for myself, if that makes sense. And it's the best thing I ever did. And like, there's absolutely no like hard feelings. There's no bad blood. Like, he is my friend. But sometimes you literally have to put yourself first. So that's definitely how I knew about that. What was your worst phase in life so far? Defo, the lowest, like, defo the having to leave college in London. I can't even, I'm trying to put my, sometimes it does come back and I do remember, like, but I literally cannot, sometimes I cannot put myself back in that place because I'm so different now. I'm so different to what I was 2 months ago. I'm evolving. I'm a dinosaur. For real, I'm growing, and I actually do feel it. I've learnt so much that I am growing. I just keep growing. I keep glowing and growing. Everyone's telling me at the moment that I'm glowing right now, and I love that. On my TikTok. Yeah, I just got another comment on TikTok. No, literally, you're glowing. Oh, I just got a bit of hate. And it's weird because I've been through physical abuse, I've been through emotional abuse, but that's the after is the worst. The after's what hits you after is the worst. That's not my worst time. That's not my worst part of my life at all. You know, it's after. It's what it did to me after, which was defo the worst. Did you get any physical symptoms from anxiety? If so, how did you deal with them? Yes, on a daily. I'd get dizzy. I couldn't, at work, I'd be like, I worked on a shop floor, like, I'd be dizzy, and like, you know, like, my vision would be weird, and I'd try to serve a customer, dizziness, my sleep, like, being able to sleep, couldn't sleep, obviously, the whole, like, shooting up thing, having panic attacks. I used to always check my heart. It's really, like, honestly, at the time I used to, like, sit there, put my hand, like, and I'd be like, no, that's not right, it's gonna stop, like, I just, honestly, my anxiety was very physical. And also, I got very skinny. I only really realised this not too long ago. It's on my old TikTok. And I think it was stress. I didn't have a problem with eating at all. But I think you forget to eat when your mind's elsewhere. but it was never my like intention. I don't mean this to like trigger anyone about like weight and stuff. I'm not saying that this is like bad, because it's just, compared to me now, I'm just a lot more healthy in my head and also on the outside, if you know what I mean.
Whoever likes this has a crush on me. Let's see who has a crush on me.
No one. Look at, I'm tiny. Obviously it's my body, like I'm the only one that's gonna know, but I mean, like, me and my sister say it like I didn't even realise at the time, but like I was very small without realising it. How to get over an ex. How did you get over your boyfriend? You've got to live. You've literally got to live. I've done so many things that have just, like, I wouldn't have done with a boyfriend or without him. I've done so many things alone. I went to Ibiza with my friends, and I stayed out there on my own with friends that I'd met there, and I had the best time of my whole life. And it wasn't about boys. It's not about like getting with anyone. Like, I literally didn't, except from that one ex thing. So how to get over them, babe? Put your phone down. Oh my god, have I not said that? Put your phone down. I know I'm saying it and it's my job to be on my phone, but you wouldn't actually think I do, but I put my phone down so much. I am the worst texter, for one. Anyone who texts me knows this. I am the worst texter. I got a new phone, by the way. I'm the worst texter. And also, live in the moment. Go and do stuff, like, live. Don't check texts, don't check snap scores, all that bloody. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna answer. I can defo do a part 2. I do hope I post this. I should do. If I filmed this like a few months ago even, I would have burst into tears, but I just feel really strong right now and able to talk, so it just felt right to do it now. Whereas before I was like, yeah, maybe when I'm a bit stronger, but like I just feel strong. I feel good. I'm going to Ibiza on Tuesday again. I'm going to Ibiza on Tuesday, and I want to vlog it. Before, I went for 5 weeks. I know, I'm crazy. I'm quirky. I went for 5 weeks and I didn't vlog anything, and I had a camera the whole time, but I felt like it didn't feel right. But this time I feel like I could possibly vlog. So let me know if you want an Ibiza vlog, because I mean, to be honest, I'll definitely only pick up the camera when I'm drunk, which is not good. But yeah, let's leave on a happy note. Life. I was about to say a cringy quote. No, but seriously, life will get better. I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're going through right now, but like, take this as a sign. Like, I'm actually talking to you. I mean it. Life will get better. Like, this is temporary. Put yourself on the right track, for one. Realize that, you know, you want to get better. That's the main thing. And do it for yourself, and also tell people around you so they can guide you and help you and whatever. But I am sending love. I'm sending so much love. But yeah, and also thank you for watching me go through it, because I know a lot of people did follow me like when I was literally going through it, and I was literally putting stories up like, car just got broken into, got no clothes, like what the fuck. So if you have, then literally thank you so much, and like, if you're even watching this now, thank you. Like, I'm just so full of love right now. Love you. Let me know if you want a part 2, and I hope this helped. Goodbye.